everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets, and I am Amanda. Today I am here to do a cozy chair conversation with you guys. And we also have a special guest here. We have Bama Bear. He decided that he wanted to snuggle up with me today while I kind of talk to you guys about a budgeting topic that I had on my mind. So today I want to talk about how did my budget strategy change from 2019 into 2020 and up until the current or present. So basically, I was just kind of thinking about my budget, which I always am, and my finances and things like that. And I was just thinking, I was like, okay, what was the biggest change that was made, to your budget from, everything that you did in 2019 as opposed to everything that you did in 2020. So, yeah, I wanted to hop on here and discuss those adjustments and changes and or updates with you guys. So, as it relates to 2019, I was still working and I was going into the office, and I had, made up a plan as to how I was going to pay all my debts. In 2019, if I am not mistaken, I think I still had that second mortgage and then, the first mortgage and the student loan. So I think I paid that off. So I was basically aggressively paying down debt in 2019, just like, nothing was going wrong or whatever, just going through my routine of paying things down. Had my plan in place and how I was going to aggressively pay off my debt and all of that. And so, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. But then 2020 hit, and it hit all of us, but in particular, my finances. Basically, I started to kind of think about things differently. Yeah, we did transition from going full time in the office to full time working from home, but I started to think about things, such as, what if they do a layoff, or just what if I couldn't work? So I started to kind of get that mindset going. And then I, just started to kind of look at my debt and my finances very closely. And I just started thinking, you know what, maybe you need to kind of start putting some more money away. I've always been a saver. I'm a saver by default. I am going to save money out of every single paycheck that will ever hit my hands. I already know that. But then I just started to think, you may want to start putting away a little bit more than, you typically do. And, kind of cut back on things that were not of importance. Actually, with us being in the pandemic, that kind of forced me to cut back on some items. So basically, the biggest change from 2019 to 2020 was during 2020, I stopped being as aggressive with paying down my debt, and I started to focus more on saving. And also, like I said, by default, there were some things that forced me to save money. In other words, I couldn't do anything with that money anyway, because a lot of the activities that I was doing in 2019, I could no longer do. So basically, things like travel, all travel came to a halt for me. Eating out, that stopped. Especially at the beginning of the pandemic, we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know how long this thing was going to last. We didn't even know what it was, how it was going to affect people. So yeah, all that. So eating out shut down completely. That was money that I was saving. Traveling, that's money I was saving. I went from totally working in the office full time to working at home. So my gas prices, the auto gas that I was putting into my car, savings there. What else? Oh, and then the children, remember, they went from in-face learning to virtual learning. So their lunch account, that was money I was saving that I would be putting, about $60 a month toward their lunch account for them to eat lunch at school every day. That stopped. School closed. I saved there. School activities, I saved there. So basically, I was pretty much just saving that money throughout 2020. So basically, that is what I would consider to have been my biggest, my biggest alteration, I guess, or an adjustment from 2019 to 2020 was the savings. And just here recently, toward the end of 2020 or that fourth quarter of 2020, maybe like October to now, I decided that I wanted to do a refinance on my home. So that was a major savings there because when you do a refinance, they typically give you anywhere between 30 and 60 days of no payment. So that two payments of the mortgage was saved. And then, of course, the student loan, it has been in forbearance since March of 2020. So it has really been a whole year that I could not have made any payments on the student loans, but I did start making payments. I think I stopped maybe like July of 2020 up until December. I was making payments. So I had that little break from March of 2020 to July of 2020. I wasn't making payments. So yeah, so I did continue to make payments from July to December, and then I stopped again in January. So yeah, that has basically been the major adjustment for me. I have gone from actually being really aggressive with paying down debt to saving aggressively. So, yeah, that has been my biggest change and adjustment in my budget in 20 from 2019 to 2020. So, let me know what major changes did you make in your budget or to your finances? Did you save more um, in 2020 than you did in 2019? Did you spend more in 2020? Because remember now, since we've been at home, I have been looking at Amazon reports lately and UPS reports and shipping reports, and they have been saying that a lot of us have been shopping online. So was that one of your adjustments that was made to your budget? Since we have been at home and sheltered in place and hunkered in the house, have you been shopping online more? So yeah, just leave me a comment below and let me know what changes you've made as it relates from 2019 to your 2020 to current budget. I am very curious to know, especially with my ladies, what have you been doing? What have been some of your adjustments that you've made in your budget over this past year from 2019 to 2020? So that's all I have for this video. And this is my cozy chair conversation. So you guys know what I'm about to do. I am about to go chill for a minute, and then I'm going to go find me something to eat. And that is going to wrap up my day. And I'm also going to wrap up this cozy chair conversation. So I am signing off, and this is goodbyes from me and Bama Bear until we see you guys in the next video. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets, where we dream big but start small around here, and I will see you in the next one.